long time. We're inside the game. I'm pressing start. And Marcel has won the first map pick. He chose the British Rush map, gentlemen. Let's calm down, your fans. Calm down. We can have some fan chants. No fucking problem, man. We can have that. One sec. But guys, calm down.
Hey guys, bet is up.
The bet is up, guys. Who will win match number 1? Get the fuck in. We have Marcel on the allies, left side hand. And Katyusha on the right and the neutral in the middle. A lot of you guys will watch this and be like, what the fuck is this map? What's going on? Well, that's why I do a showcase match to teach you guys what the fuck is happening in the Hoi4 League and the upcoming Hoi4 International. On my side here tonight is my favorite drunken beer-addicted German who is very close to the abyss of alcoholism. My boy Simos. How you doing?
Hello, man. Thank you for the invite. I'm very happy to cast again. Casting is always funny, and today I had my last exam, so now I can drink as much beer as I want and don't have to feel any repercussions.
What was the exam about?
It was about strategische und operative controlling Instrumente. Very interesting.
Okay. We're calming down. Your defense are going crazy. We have Marcel on the left, Katyusha on the right. Simops, you are the former winner of the first Commanders and Config tournament in Sweden in January. You won the tournament, man. It was unbelievable. Now you are old and washed. You are now a caster, not a player anymore. What are your initial thoughts on the mod and especially the updates on the mod? Have you played them? What are your thoughts?
I've not played the update that much, but I have to be real with you. I like the update, especially the amount of new maps that bring a lot of variety into it, and also the balancing. Because back then, you know, when I was still in the esports scene and the tournament was happening there, the mod was a bit unbalanced, and you could exploit a lot of nations and features. But they have balanced a lot, and also the new maps, I like them a lot. You know, a lot of, especially the new ones that have for example, this one or the one in China, huge front, big micro. You know, that's what we want to see. That's what is interesting. And yeah, it will be interesting. I had Katyusha earlier in my chat, who asked for some tips, so I think he's not that prepared. But it will be interesting to see.
Yeah, I woke up this morning, chat, and I was like, bro, I gotta end the stream before I'm going for a week to Paris with a bang. So I was asking around, who wants a 1-on-1 match? And bro, for hours, I'm looking at the 1-on-1 chat, right, with 100 players, and no one said something. There was like a retard. He was like, what do you mean BO3? Black Ops 3, man? He literally meant that. No one wanted to 1-on-1, and Marcel came in, and he was like, let's go. I'm ready to fight. And already we see the meta of the 1-on-1s. It is survivability studies into heavy MGs. They want good fighters going exactly the same starter from both players. And they do the research bug, you can say. They don't take a research for 30 days, because then if they take something, it has a 30-day ahead of time thing. It's kind of fucking weird, man. It's juggling, and it's actually micro heavy. I like that. I like micro heaviness. Marcel starting with guns, a little bit of RT1 and trains, also only building mills and also going into his industry tree. I don't think we'll see much else from Katyusha, who also is building mills. He is almost building the same. He has +1 anti-air that Marcel doesn't have, and focus-wise also the industry. To just really quick explain it to new viewers, in this map you can choose nations. As you can see, there's 8 nations to choose from, and they all have an industry tree. The industry tree goes into dockyards, civs, and mills, and then some late game stuff, and they don't double anymore. That was back in the day. Like, the more you go into it, the more civs you get. For example, here, 4 into 6 into 8, same with mills. And then they choose their nations, which we will show in detail later, just to make sure everybody understands what the fuck's happening.
Like, what we can already see is that both players have the exact same... both players have the exact same build-up. Like, exact same research.
I forgot I'm the host, man. I never host games. I'm actually the host. And we're in! We're in the game! No. Quick little best of 3 for $100. The first year is the build-up phase, guys. We have a countdown to war. They build up for the first year. And then they have 1 year to fight for 3 victory points. Which are on this map, I have no idea. What are the victory points?
I don't know how to pronounce those. Lucknow, Nagpur, and Patna. I can ping them for... wait a second, I can't ping them for you.
Where's Jabalalu?
Jabalalu?
Jabalpur. Where's Jabalpur?
Jabalpur.
Where's that?
Are you sure that's one of the VPs? Oh yeah, Jabalpur.
Where the fuck is Jabalpur?
Maybe that's not changed yet there, but you know, usually the big VPs in the neutral nation, those are the ones that count. Maybe it used to be a different one, but they changed it, but forgot to change the name in the tooltip. I think that's it. But yeah,
So-
it should be Lucknow, Patna, and Nagpur. Those three.
Okay,
should be
these
it.
three. So I have a little buck here, chat. These three are the actual ones. Taking a look here at the supply hubs, they look balanced, I would say. I mean, what's important in these best of three, especially if you later play in the 1-on-1 league, map picks and nation picks are mad important. That's the beautiful thing about this mod. Why I think this mod is so perfect for the league and the Hoifon National, that you have so many different maps, so many different ways to play, and you have to really think what you pick for advantages, man. And that's the cool thing. Even if this mod might be imbalanced, the way that people choose maps and choose nations makes it so diverse that it's very hard to be very unbalanced. Any moment now, they should do their juggle here. And we have our first juggle, and there it is. Look at that. And now he has a bonus. You see that? That is Marcel. And he already is going for his spies. Recruiting operative already. Wants to get information. Let's take a look over to Katyusha. Is he doing
He's doing the
same?
exact same, man. The exact same. He also juggled his tools, and he's also researching the gun too now.
It looks like
and he's
we have
also
the meta.
He's also doing the exact same upgrade for the spy agency, the suicide pills, above getting them.
And also doing a spy. They're exactly playing the same, yeah. Exactly the same. Katyusha already pushing some divisions out. Both are pushing divisions out. Nothing special yet. 12 whiffs. They're going to probably be changed later. And the first focuses might be over soon. Chat, wake the fuck up a bit. Wake the fuck up, you goddamn claps. It's ridiculous how fucking asleep you guys are. Also, there's a fucking bet who wins the first game.
Yeah, guys, you should bet now, man. 9 minutes left. Please, it's very important. It's like sports betting, you know? It makes the sport more attractive that you watch.
Marcel already took Karl Spatz for XP. Plus 40 XP.
Yeah, that's also probably what Katyusha did.
Yeah, he
because
also
you
did.
usually want to pick that one
listening.
as early as possible so you can design your fighters.
Yeah, so you
as quickly
see,
as possible.
both are exactly playing the same, and both... Well, Katyusha has one on anti-air, Marcel doesn't, and it looks like they really give a fuck about air, man.
Yeah, anti-air, I would say, is too big of an investment, you know, since in this mod, especially on a map like this, you play with a lot of small divisions, you will need a lot of anti-air, and I don't think you can do that
And
with one
C-mobs, man. Just like Twitch, we have diversity here. And Marcel is doing it unthinkable. He's going for the shift focuses. He doesn't go for mills, which is supposed to be the meta. Katyusha goes for mills, whereas Marcel goes for the sifs. Are you kidding me? What an upset here. I can't believe it.
That is if you would ask me, it's a horrible mistake, especially on a map like this. But we will see. Maybe Katyusha will not be able to counter it probably. But usually on a map like this, I don't know, man. It's very bad.
To understand, chat, if you go for sifs, you're like doing a control build, a late game build. You're not very strong early, since you have to understand Katyusha, who is actually already going for mills, is gonna have 4 more mills on probably fighters, and Marcel doesn't have these 4 mills, and upcoming even more mills later. It's 6 into 8. And this could be a big problem, man.
Yeah, especially on a big open map like this one, where it's very easy to push in the beginning. Katyusha, if he goes for the mills first, you will have like way more IC out in the beginning, which means way more units, way more air. That will make it easier for him to push. Also, he will have efficiency on his factories earlier, which make it better in the late game too. I don't know about this decision from Marcel here.
It's gonna be interesting. I'm personally a big fan of control players, and I want to see him get away with this. Marcel really gives a fuck. Marcel, if you talk to him, he often seems like a chill dude, but one thing I feel about Marcel, every time I invite him to games, he really gives a shit. He genuinely gives a fuck about playing good and winning these tournaments. And I would be very surprised if he goes for Sifs here, just out of foolish reasons. The survivability studies are done. Artillery 2 now coming for Katyusha. And Marcel has not chosen yet what he wants to go with. He just dropped his 4 Sifs here. He has a lot of slots open. Let's see what it takes. And are they designed? And the airplanes are designed. Here we go. Probably both the same. And it's the good old Tommy plane from the Feedback Gaming competition. Marcel with a basic fighter 2. 4 heavy. You're gonna see this a lot in the league chat and in the Hoifon International. Thank you, Pungar, for 4 fucking years. The heavy MGs, engine free, and 2 armor plates, which makes you have more defense but lose range. And the special feature 1 rubber for 6 air defense. Let's compare that now to the airplane of my boy Katyusha. Probably the same, I would think. Exactly the same.
Yeah.
This is meta. And this is 5 mils against 5.
They're the same. It's the same.
They're pretty much playing the same. And now Marcel stepping away from the sifs. He did only 4 sifs and now is going into mills. I really wonder why he does that. Really wondering about that one. And no focus here on Katyusha, or am I seeing it wrong?
Maybe he's holding to pick. Yeah, he held it to pick something with his PP. I think he went war economy.
Oh, yeah, he went
Now he picked
war
it, yeah.
economy. Yeah, very, very clever here, and that's a big difference. He went war economy, saving PP, whereas Marcel went for industrial
concern.
10% factory output. Clever. Already we see a difference now in the place. Thank you, Kings Man Clown. Thank you. Don't forget, chat, if we reach 4K subs tonight, which might not happen, we unlock the Game of Thrones roleplay game in the upcoming next Saturday when I'm back from Paris.
For the factory output, sorry, with the more civs goes for the factory output instead of the less consumer goods and building speed, and the guy with more mills goes for the building speed and not for the extra factory output.
And Katyusha with the sneaky paratrooper research here. The guys are getting different. Paratroopers are being researched, and we can really see this will come down to a big air war, whereas we see a much more industrial approach from Marcel. We still have 5 mills. No, now Katyusha ahead in mills on fighters and also has designed his cast. I want to learn this mod a lot. We have 3 bomb blocks. We have the dive breakers, armor plates, and self-seeing fuel tanks. Artillery 2 done. That's his cast. I don't think Marcel's on cast yet. No. So already we see Katyusha a bit ahead here in the air rails. He also just designed them. Nice. And passive defense is being researched, which is not good for Katyusha. There's no enemy spies on him. Passive defense does not help him right now. I like the spy thing in this mod where you can really do mind games. Oh, he's probably going to spy on me. I'm going to passive defense, but he doesn't spy on... No, actually, they're spying on each other. I'm an idiot. They're actually spying on each other. Sorry. They're spying on each other, and it's very random who can catch the spy of the other person.
Espionage is very important, because when you can see what your enemy is doing, you can adapt on it, you know, and then you won't get surprised later on. Really good to know. Yeah, I don't know about the paratroopers from Katyusha though, because to launch them you need at least 50 transport planes, and you know, if he's not going for like a army path that gives him paratroopers, he won't. You know, he will have to invest a lot of military factories to getting enough.
Exactly, there's no transport planes yet. Another thing interesting about this map could be possible naval... No, there's no naval invasions. South India is neutral. I just realized this is a pure land-based map.
Yeah, I mean, if they have range to go all the way around India, they could. But I don't think it's... Maybe, maybe.
I get it, though. This is a very, very, very melee-based map. You just fight on land, pretty much.
Exactly.
We're not going to see a lot of navy here. That's the beautiful thing about the map picks. We're going to see, when this game is over, India is banned, and they have to pick 2 other maps. Now chat is waking up. Took you fuckers a while. Thank you, the bear. Wolf Hoops, you have to tell me what you want to play in Game of Thrones. Text me Discord. 5 minutes left on the bad boys. Katyusha with the paratrooper build. I like how Marcel sneaked in 4 civs, man. I like that. I like that. Okay, we now have 10 mills on fighters, and Katyusha has 15 on fighters and 2 on cast. The air war seems to slowly be going towards Katyusha, but don't forget, once they are done with the industry trees, they have to pick a hero. Like in Dota and League of Legends, I know you little autistic kids know what that is, and there is a lot of new nations now in the new update. There is Norwegian, Swedish people, and all that fucking shit, man. Finland and stuff. And we will see what they choose, man. The nation picks is what makes this mod so fucking beautiful to me. C-Mobs, the legendary Germany picker, who always got his heavy tank encircled. He's known for that.
Yeah, I picked Germany for the heavy tank and I just lost it every time.
Still won the tournament. My number one core memory about C-Mobs is that I remember you were in the finals with C-Mobs, and we were all downstairs with the Swedish camera crew, right? And they're all filming you, and you win the tournament. And all the Swedish guys, they look at me like, why the fuck is this guy not cheering? He just won the game. And I'm like, well, there's no money involved. And they're like, oh, wait, what? Yeah, they all complained about C-Mobs that he wasn't happy about winning the game, the final game.
Yeah, I also felt a bit bad about college because I think, you know, he was almost crying, so I didn't want to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like he had some tears in his eyes, so I didn't want to go too hard, you know.
Yeah. Well, college is a very, very cool guy. And
because he tried really hard, man. He also, you know, he trained a lot and stuff, and I really didn't care much.
Well,
so
you're gonna fight him again later this month in another showcase match, best of 5 for 500 euros. Chat. Esports is coming back to the chat. Do you have an open slot in the game? I think so, to that man. I don't know. We will talk later. I think so. Okay, Marcel late on the artillery too. It's all... oh, look at that. He builds weapons 2s, but doesn't stop his weapon 1s. That's fucking genius. He doesn't want to lose the efficiency on weapons 1. He keeps playing the weapons 1.
What I already see that's interesting is that Katyusha is very high... Oh, sorry, Marcel is very high on air, even though he doesn't have aluminium. While Katyusha, you know, is only 12 on it. You know, he's basically going up to the cap. That's like, that's what I don't understand. He's going for, less military, I see, when at war start, and then also he's putting most of his factories on air. So he's really not going to have any infantry units.
Yeah, he's already on a -10 debuff. I would always explain it for people that don't know him for so much. Katyusha knows he doesn't have enough aluminum, so he stays on 15 factories on planes. Whereas Marcel is overproducing air right now. He doesn't have enough aluminum. He gets it in the neutral territories later, and already has a 10% debuff now on all his plane production.
Yeah, basically they're both building the same amount of planes, even though Marcel has 6 more factories on it. And 6 more factories, that's like 20% of his industry right now, and that's a lot.
And here you can see, chat, that every victory point gives you 34 of every single ingredient that you need to build war machines.
Oh, and just as we said it, he went down on it. Interesting. But maybe that's maybe he saw it himself. Maybe he saw it himself. That,
he didn't went down on my screen. What?
Yeah, he was on 20, and now he's on 17.
Oh, okay. Maybe.
But maybe he found it out himself, because that's a huge penalty he was taking, like 15% almost.
Marcel, ping your capital if you're stream sniping. Thank you. So this will come down to a big air war here, and I'm so excited. Oh, there we go. The first picks. We have the Wehrmacht pick for Katyusha. He goes for the Germans here. It spawns him. No, he gets aircraft, ship, and tank designs of the Germans. He gets 3 infantry divisions and a fleet from the Germans. And we do not have a pick yet from Marcel. He is still busy taking the mills, taking the 4 sips. Makes him be a bit behind here.
I wonder what side Katyusha is going to choose for, because he's going for paratroopers, so it might be, that he's going for the right side where he gets the transport planes, so he doesn't have to build them. But on this map, I think the heavy tank would, and the extra 200 fighters that you get there would be pretty good, because it's a lot of plane tiles. So, but yeah, I think he might go for the right side there.
Obviously, Seamobs loves the heavy tank. To explain again, this is a showcase match to explain shit to people. That you have to choose an overnation like Germany or Italy or Japan, and then you have 2 choices like Panzer Group West and 4th Army, and they have very different styles, very different meta. This is more tank heavy, this is more air heavy, and we will see as we go along what we're gonna see here from the focus trees. I also think that we're gonna see Marcel pick his nation here in a second. How much time?
I'm really wondering what he's going for. It's like 1st of January that it starts, 130 days.
1st of January. So now what are you picking, Marcel? Oh shit.
Let's see.
What is he gonna take? What are you predicting? I have no idea. I don't know all these
I would say he's gonna go USA. Because they have like the best line infantry.
Yeah, I remember also that we always talked about in January when we played the older version that the USA is the late game industry build.
Yeah, if you want to show to the stream, if you click on the US screen at the bottom, the passing the torch and then the arsenal of democracy. Passing the torch gives you a lot of planning bonus, so basically you have the superior power doctrine with the planning bonus from the planning doctrine, and below that you get 5% less consumer goods, 50% construction speed, 15% efficiency cap, and that's really, really strong, especially in late game.
USA, he took USA. And the USA, very, very late game. It takes a long time to take this focus here, chat, but once you have it, you get crazy, crazy industry bonus. A bit of a control build, I like that. And we have USA versus Germany in India. We got our nations. We're getting close to the start of the war. It's going to be a big air war where I see Katyusha a bit ahead here, production-wise. It's going to be very important to get that aluminum
Let's see really quick. Here, like, Marcel has 67 planes right now, and Katyusha 76, so he's a few more. But Katyusha is not training his planes, while... No, okay, both sides are not training their planes, so... It's gonna be interesting.
Also, we see
it depends, though... Sorry? Oh yeah, wait a second. Germany's going for Panzergruppe West. So he's gonna go for the heavy tank and also for the 200 spawn-in fighter. So he will have the heads up in the air war if he goes for it first. And then also the heavy tank. Which will help him a bit. If he doesn't, snake too hard with it and runs out of supply.
Non-subs complaining about the music can suck my balls. You got them NPC, and we have Panzer Group West. Let's go through it real quick. I'm gonna learn this mod because this mod is gonna follow us for months now on the stream. The Hoi International will be played on this mod, and that's why I also like the showcase match. So I fucking learned something. Mobile warfare. He gets engineering. He gets 50% entrenchment speed, less supply consumption, massive. The Wehrmachtseinheitskanister, very, very big. He spawns 2 motorized divisions, very good to rush points in the beginning, and then he spawns a heavy tank, a Tiger tank. 32 Whiff gets spawned. He gets 400 anti-air, which at the moment is useless since Marcel doesn't build CAS. He gets 200 improved small air flames, Then he gets Erwin Rommel, which is very good in the desert and the heat. And finally, the ultimate, I like to call it ultimate of Germany, is Gottmitones. His tanks get very, very boosted. -10 production, 10 attack, and 10 division speed.
Also from the Desert Fox one, he gets 50% army experience gain, which is a lot. Especially when they're going to fight a lot, but that means he will be ahead in the doctrine.
Oh yeah.
He might maybe have the worst doctrine, you know, since it's mobile warfare, and I would say like superior firepower is way better for the kind of infantry that both sides are building right now. But no, he still will be ahead, which means a lot of auger, and his tanks will also have really good stats.
And now let's take a look here at the US 12th Army Group. Also, I didn't know that yet. It's superior firepower, the best doctrine in the game. Together with Eisenhower, as similar to Chess, he also gets the Grand Battle Plan bonuses. He gets 300 artillery research bonuses, 100 CAS spawns in. He gets a 32 with armor, which I think is a medium tank, hell on wheels. He gets the big red-on, a 20 with infantry division with support artillery. He gets 10% infantry attack, M1 Garand. And he gets rocket bonuses. And then the ultimate, a massive industry bonus.
Yeah, the rocket bonus will be really nice to have for rocket artillery later, which he's going for. You know, he's already researching improved artillery upgrade. Right after that, he's going to be able to research the rocket artillery, and with these big bonuses, he will get it a lot earlier than the Katyusha. And since he's superior firepower with rocket artillery support companies, he will end up with a tons of soft attack, which will shred through his enemy.
I'm actually fucking excited, man. That's the cool thing about being a caster. He now does 2 transport planes. That's the cool thing about being a caster. You don't have the pressure of, oh my god, what if I fail? You just fucking watch and you just enjoy.
Yeah. Tommy, by the way, I'm going to cast the Open League from the Speed5 guys. You know, they're doing like a league in this mod, and that's going to be very interesting.
Well, there's a lot of esports coming now, my dear chat. Speed5, me, everyone is invited. Everyone can do this mod and have tournaments and stuff. And yeah, Hoi for esports is growing massively this year, man. Crazy things are going to happen this year. And I just said this thing on stream the other day, which I think is so beautiful. If you're a really, really good Hoi 4 player, you can probably after this year live off esports. If you win TommyKay stuff, if you win Speed5 stuff, if you stream on the side, you can probably live off being an Hoi 4 esports personality. Like not an entertainer, right? Like an entertaining streamer, but an esports guy. You can live off Hoi 4 now.
Yeah.
That's
a lot of opportunities.
That's actually kind of crazy to think about, man. I wish I was 25 again, and go in there and fight for the money. That's pretty. I mean, as for a community, that's pretty fucking sick, man. The war is just
I really, you know, when I started playing this game, I didn't expect this was gonna happen.
Yeah, and the community does this. And shout out to all you guys who donated towards the prize pools all the time. I think without the... Sorry, I'm going to be arrogant here. Without the international, this would have never gone this far. And it's you guys that donate for the prize pool. And just really, really quick, guys. Every single donation to my stream until 1st of December. Until 1st of December. I don't take any donations. They all go to the Hoi 4 International prize pool. If you want to support Hoi 4 Esports, that's the way to do it, man. And you also should follow and subscribe to CMobs. You see him in chat right there.
Hello, I'm here.
Hello. There comes the Sherman, man. Here comes the... Oh, no, he does adapt the Sherman. He doesn't go for the rest. What is that? Create an M3 medium tank variant based on your medium tank chassis. Creates a Sherman tank. 50 units of basic medium tanks are added to your stockpile. And you get improved equipment conversion. That's so interesting that he goes for that.
That he wants to go for these medium tanks because the tanks, I mean, the tanks you get into your 32 with tank division spawning on head on wheels depends on what medium tank you have designed. So he probably wants to design a medium tank himself, a good one, and then the division he gets later will be filled with these good tanks. If that makes sense.
Once again, to explain that, chat, he researches a good tank, so now the spawned-in tank is better. Damn, can we see the tank already? Did he do something?
I'm not sure if he didn't design them themselves, but they look decent.
Yeah, they look decent.
Yeah. Like, only thing I would change is maybe put like a different turret on the M3 Lee, and then it's fine.
Katyusha is going mad air. Like, he wants to cast the living.
Oh, is he?
I agree with that, though. I remember when I casted you guys in January, it was often about cast doing logi striking. That was like so.
Yeah, it is really, really horrible. If, like the supply striking. If you don't have enough planes to contest it or supply strike the enemy yourself, he has a huge edge above you.
Now comes the hell on wheels. We're gonna have a tank here on the American side, whereas Katyusha is now spawning in 2 motorized. He is gonna win the air war massively so far. He's gonna have paratroopers ready. Can we see the paratroopers yet? Not
Wait,
really.
let
No,
me see.
there's
He
no
has,
paratroopers yet.
he has a template, a 6 combat with template, but I don't think he has any deployed yet. No, he doesn't have
yet.
any.
6 with paratroopers. In this mod, it's very important who takes the first 2 spots, because they can even be very defensive. If you hold 2 spots, like I did against Bokuin, you just hold 2 spots, you win the game, easy peasy. Oh, rocket artillery now coming for America. They also have a bonus on it.
Yeah.
And we see he wants to look for very strong infantry, very good soft attack here. The
Like,
question
I have
is
to be
really...
real. Yeah, I don't know. If Katyusha doesn't manage to deal a lot of damage early on, I think he will lose this. Looking at the build-up from the USA. But, you know, he has the edge in the air right now. He has almost 400 planes, while the USA only has 200. What you need to remember, though, is that 200 of these planes are old planes.
Also, by the way, chat, Speed5 is at war. At war, we go to Speed5. And both are rushing in. Both are trying to get points. No tanks on the field yet, but crazy air. Let's take a look on the air here. We don't have an air up yet for Katyusha. 23 CAS, a lot of fucking fighters. If we take a look at Marcel here, how much air does he have up?
Marcel is 200 and Katyusha is 300.
Yeah, Katyusha is far ahead. He doesn't use
Katyusha would, yeah, he doesn't have it up yet. He probably wants to get better airports first for better efficiency. It's understandable.
And he just spawned in his 2 motorized. Both players are busy. They're not taking focuses. We get 10% more infantry attack from the American. Don't forget.
It looks like, though, Marcel is going to get to Nagpur quicker, which is the VP that's right in the middle.
And I like the meta thing here. He uses cavalry, man. This is how good players play. They don't just give it like... I'm washed up nowadays, chat. I would have walked here with infantry. But Marcel walks here with cav, and he already secured his first VP and gets all the aluminum that is now fully helping his massive air production.
By the way, Marcel is doing a naval invasion with 1 unit onto Dhaka. Yeah. It's been commemorated though, so...
beautiful counter.
I'm not sure if that is
beautiful counter, Katyusha. A bad player that wouldn't have put up convoy rating would have actually lost his capital to that. I mean,
Katyusha also has a lot of garrisons everywhere, so he should be fine with that.
Oh yeah, he has.
He might have some problems on the front line though, because a lot of his units are sitting in the
That's
back.
a perfect example of how already these 2 guys are really good at the game. They don't take any chances. They probe each other. They don't give anything away to luck. Beautiful naval invasion, man. That would help probably against a lot of newbie players, man. Very, very cool. So we have 2 spots against 1. It's a lot about supply. Supply hubs are gonna get connected here.
But a red air for Marcel.
So, here comes the air war. The trade is 1-1.
Yeah.
Also, Katyusha trading a little bit less, but Katyusha is just a big... Yeah, Katyusha losing the fight. How? Is it air efficiency? He's actually massive. He lost 1-5 so far.
Yeah, what I said earlier, the spawning planes he gets, if you want to look at the design of them, they're called Focke-Wulf 190.
Yeah.
They are, I mean, they were not really good.
Focke-Wulf 190? Let me take a look.
I can't remember anymore. Like, one air design he got is really not good.
Yeah, they're not
He doesn't have any, yeah.
They're actually not good. He spawned internal planes, not the best planes here. And already the air war going for Marcel, even though it's green for Katyusha at the moment. The air war is slowly going to shift towards Marcel. And already we see little cracks here in Katyusha's build, who is now on the fence in the air and in the economy. There's now the medium tank, and he lost 2 VPs. That's
also, Marcel is 22 on air and going up to 25, while Katyusha is still only on 14. Katyusha really needs to get all of these units that he has in the back onto the front line to maybe gain something now while he still can before it gets too bad in the air and everywhere else.
And Marcel looking very, very strong here. He needs to be careful with supply, but already has secured 2 of the VPs here. He has a medium tank out. He's winning the industry and air war. And Katyusha now on the fence to get something going. And here he spawns in the Tiger tank. The heavy tank is spawning in here in a second, and it has to bring a chance. There is a lot of planes that he can play on here, and that heavy tank has to get something going.
Yeah. Right now, Marcel is trying to take Patna, the only VP that remains in Katyusha's hands. He stopped though, since he noticed that he can't push it. Now he's trying to work his way around it though,
yeah, he
which will be very interesting.
Went over a river here. It's looking grimmer and grimmer for Katyusha here, who now lost the north of his last VP. Marcel stepping over a river. The tank is so valuable right now since there's no counter to it. And once again, the air war is... It looks bad for Marcel, but he is slowly winning it. And again, the USA has much better economy than Germany, and the longer the game goes, especially, this all started when Marcel took the 4 civs, which I loved seeing, and slowly the industry goes towards Marcel here. Now has 10%.
Katyusha also went up to 20 on air now, but he doesn't have the aluminium from all the VPs, so he's taking a huge penalty right now on building planes. I mean, not huge at 6%, but still it's, you know, something that you usually don't want to take.
And that's a beautiful thing to show here, because the USA was faster taking 2 VPs. He has more aluminum now, and the Germany player is already struggling, having enough aluminum for his air. And that shows you that whoever takes 2 VPs in the beginning...
Problem is also Katyusha won't be able to build enough transport planes for his paratroopers, and also he also wouldn't be able to drop his paratroopers at all because of the air situation right now. Because to drop your paratroopers, you need a lot of air superiority. I think 80% or something like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, with the amount of planes that Marcel is pooping out here, and also shooting down from him, I don't think he's going to be able to drop them anytime soon.
And Marcel just has to hold now. He doesn't have any pressure.
Yeah.
He has a very, very strong front line. He's entrenched. He got the 10% attack bonus. His economy is stronger. He even defends against paradrops. I love that. Well, 1 paradrop. Beautifully done. And Marcel just looking good right now. He's building up his economy. What is Smoke and Ashes? 1 sec.
The only problem he has is... in the center. The supply situation isn't that bad, isn't that good. But other than that, you know, he has mountains in the south and a big river in the north and mountains there too, so... Yeah. It will be interesting to see what Katyusha does with his heavy tank. He needs to try and get onto the plains, you know, across this river there, one of them. Then,
but I'm such a huge fan of esports in Hoi 4, and I'm so excited to see when the best players ever fight in the international, like people that have beaten so many people in the league, and I really wonder what the meta is going to be. And I have this feeling that logistical control will be super massive in the high level, whereas the way you position yourself and put your units so that the enemy, you force the enemy into attrition if he wants to be on your front line, I think that's going to be very important in the future. Now,
so like especially supply also bad supply also reduces a lot of stats from you, so yeah, that will be interesting. Maybe people will even lure other players into supply traps, you know, stuff like that. It'll be very interesting to see. But now Katyusha is trying to cross the river in the south, the border to the neutral nation, because it's only plane tile he can attack. Yeah, Marcel last in those, so that won't be a thing anymore. Also, what I see by both players, very low on the war support and stability front. You know that.
As someone that played them out, how do they make that go higher? How do they fix that?
With the stability, like the stability, especially when you're at war, you can get it up when you have a higher war support. If you have all the war support, you can see effects while at war minus 12% stability. And you know you can do that by clicking extort terrorism for, you know, war propaganda, radio propaganda, and stuff like that. I don't think you can click the domestic film industry. No, you can't. When you're on the axis, you can also pick one thing in the officer corps on the left. That's called political loyalty. That gives you like, I don't know, 15% stability or something. Or not 15, but like 10% or something. It's quite a bit, you know, and it just costs 20 XP.
And we saw a beautiful meta move here by Marcel. This mountain is attritioning to death for Marcel. Katyusha's trying to take it, but a good player, you see that in high-level games a lot, he just counter-clicks. Even though you win this battle, he just counters you here and possibly here, and you can't just walk in. That's a high-level play we see a lot. And the industry of Katyusha, of Marcel, is just slowly walking away here.
Yeah, 5 factories ahead already. The problem I see Katyusha having here is that he has no means to push mountain tiles, and that's like most of the front. Well, he also can't cross rivers because he probably doesn't have engineers research. No, he doesn't, even though he has a big bonus for it. Engineers have you cross rivers a bit easier, especially in the higher levels. And yeah, he doesn't have that right now.
He's unlocking.
And taking is always hard, especially when your enemy can just last stand. But right now he has still his cast flying. His enemy doesn't have cast, so at least he has the air on his side.
There is 28 cast in these battles, but here's it again, chat. That's a beautiful counter click. That's how you play high level.
Really good sets on the tank, on the medium one, if you see that. 800 soft attack and over a river there.
Did he build it himself? I guess so. Katyusha is now getting a nice buff on his supply. 800 soft, I see 400. You mean in the battle? In the battle, yeah.
He designed the tank himself. He put a 3-man turret on it, so he actually has break.
The same, but he designed the tank. Yeah, he's not building any tanks. That's interesting. He spawned in the tank, but he doesn't build any more new tanks. He is fully going for his infantry here. He could probably now.
The heavy tank also has decent stats, though. Now that I look at it, but it has less stats than the medium ones. Probably because he didn't get to design it beforehand.
And look at that. The heavy tank is now getting active from Katusha. He's trying to get something done over her, unfortunately. And here we see again this gameplay by Marcel. If you attack him, he counters you from another side to take away your momentum. But the heavy tank is going to get it done. The heavy tank steps over the river into a plane. And
now it's going to get very interesting. Katusha has green air, Cass, and he can attack on plane styles now with his heavy tank. If he attacks the medium tank, we can see that how good it is.
Just say, this is his time window. This is his window. He has to make this window work right now. He even is on force attack now, okay?
He also needs to get some more cares if it's possible, but it doesn't look like he's going up on it.
If Marcel can handle the situation, a lot of over attacks here. This is Katusha's time window. If he can make anything going here, he has a chance. Just be careful not to get encircled. A nice counter here will be perfect right now. Marcel is starting to get a little bit nervous here. There could be very good counters. There's the
try and take the mountain now. Yeah, that's good attack there.
The tank has 400 defense. Should be able to hold that.
Like on this last standing is gonna hurt him a lot though. He's gonna lose a lot of equipment doing that. Especially because he's last standing on plane tiles. And he's also now force attacking seals into a mountain tile here. Yeah, he's already negative 2,000 guns and it's just gonna get
Marcel with a lot of force attack and last standing. Marcel is getting a little bit nervous, I see here. Yeah. But Katusha loses Patna, man! Be careful. Last stand here on Patna, gets reinforcements. Patna looks safe now.
But the division, you know, the one that was last standing is gone. 10% strength. That's like so many guns he's losing doing all of this.
Last stand is a very, very scary tool for. I know that. And that's one division down, bro. Tsuki Hohai Shidan is gone with the last stand here. That's our first
also, there's no new units in training for Katusha. Same for Marcel though, so that's interesting to see.
1 mil now on the heavy tank here. Katusha wants to build that heavy tank a bit. I feel like Katusha has to get more going here. It seems too slow. The economy and the time is running for Marcel here.
Yeah, Katusha is also almost out of command power, so if Marcel keeps attacking in a few places, he won't be able to last anymore, and that's when he will fall. USA is now
spawning in 100 cas, whereas Katusha is gonna unlock minus 50% supply consumption. Patna might still fall here. He cannot hold Patna. He doesn't micro anything. He doesn't go over. Now he goes over. This attack is
he took it.
Oh, there is it. And
this is very, very dangerous. His heavy tank is out of supply, and all the medium tanks need to attack is one plane style there, and then he can cut him off.
Oh, Katusha in big trouble here. He got beaten by an over attack, didn't defend it well enough, even though he has Cass in the battle.
This could be the GG here. This could be the GG if he doesn't get out of there in time.
Thank you, Flowbricks. And it's a supply hub. It's a supply hub, and there's no supply for Katusha here, and he is now getting bullied by that medium tank. Beautiful place here by Marcel, who's showing unbelievable skill. A veteran of Heufer Esports is making a short work here of Katusha. This is devastating, and Katusha is in the ropes. He has to make something happen right now, or he is gonna get beaten before the time is even over.
Oh, Junge. A heavy tank out of supply, by the way. I mean, out of fuel, so it's gonna retreat on 1 kilometer an hour. So it's probably not gonna get out of this.
Oh, beautiful
one time down, and then... Yeah, this is GG.
That's
Katusha just lost like 5 units to force attacking, and he's gonna lose another half.
That we're gonna drop here in a sec. Oh no, he saved it. He saved it.
Okay. Yeah.
But I love. That's what I love about this mod. There's one medium tank that's so much. It did so much.
It even outperformed the heavy tank.
Heavy tank down. What is this? A C-Mob's tactic? Heavy tank down, bro. He got C-Mobs. Look at the micro. I love Marcel's micro. Beautiful surround. Katusha cannot react. It's too much. One division just walking around. This is destruction right now, man. Beautiful. Man, Marcel looking pretty fucking good here, man. God damn.
Why didn't he play in the Open League? Wow.
It's funny that... What do you say?
Why didn't he play in the Open League? You know, in the one where that happened a few weeks ago with Jenkins played.
Maybe he wants to play tournaments that actually give money. And just a joke, just joking. Shout out to Speed5. Check out the Twitch channel. Maybe you can link them in the chat real quick. They allowed us that we can use this mod. Please, Speed5, link in the chat if that's possible. Check them out. They have a lot of tournaments going on in this mod too. Esports is growing nicely, and Marcel looking fucking devastating here. And if I had to bet money on who's gonna qualify for the international, Marcel will be my bet here. Big question if Katusha didn't work. No. If big question if the medium tank goes down. The medium tank goes down. It might be a bit late, man, but the medium tank. 94. He's not pinning.
Katusha can pin here.
He's not pinning. He needs to pin right here. You know, he showed the bolts and just stepped over, and the medium tank is down. Beautiful counter by Katyusha. Too much risk by Marcel, but still, it looks still mad fucking grim for Katyusha here. It's crazy that Marcel did all of this with... thank you for the shout out there. Please click on this channel right now, guys.
Did
These
it work?
guys
Did it work?
Are the ones... It worked, yeah. These
Okay,
are the
good.
ones
I
that
could
allowed
see.
us to work with this mod. Show them some love, guys. They're great people. And... It's a nice comeback here from Katyusha, but probably not enough. The damage is massive.
Yeah.
We still have 300 days left of the game.
Also, as we said, Marcel is still 5 factories ahead, and you know he's just gonna scale better than Katyusha here. Also, he's gonna keep trading better now, especially now that he has the airports that are more central to the air zone. If you look at the air map mode, Katyusha doesn't have a single airport anymore that's in that zone.
It's crazy that Marcel did all of this while having red air. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I like seeing that.
I mean, red air is not that bad to you, you know, if your enemy doesn't have CAS. You know, Katyusha only had 20 CAS planes.
I wonder if
That's not that
Katyusha
much.
tried... Oh, his flag changed to Erwin Rommel. Oh, later in the game, you actually become like a nation. You just became Erwin Rommel. Panzergruppe West. Look at that. Interesting.
He also has 50% army XP again now, so he's going to be able to pick his doctrines quicker. Not sure if that's going to be...
It's hard to upgrade the army if there's not much left. Marcel is walking through. We might have a GG.
One tile away from getting the capital here.
USA looking mighty strong. I like the USA a lot. But
Yeah,
the cool thing is we have
superior firepower on
we have
playstyle,
such different maps. That's the cool thing. Just because USA is OP in this map, it doesn't mean they're OP in another map, if they are OP.
Do we already know the map they're gonna play next?
No. Next map will be chosen by Katyusha, who's now trying for more circumvents. He's still fighting. Katyusha still doesn't give up.
I wonder if Katyusha might try and go for a map that requires less micro, you know?
Yeah, I guess.
Being like how good Marcel is with the micro.
I always felt like in January, if you are not good at the game, you played Nashinron map, where it's all about naval invasions and marines, and you can.
Yeah, I don't think anybody wanted to. I don't think anybody played the national map, right?
That's why I felt like though in a league when it's all about a lot of money. Imagine you become an expert on Nashinron, and you always pick Nashinron against your enemy, and you surprise them with that.
Yeah, especially when you know Navy well, which many people don't. So that could be.
That could be like a big wild card, yeah. Nashinron is 2v2 now? There's no Nashinron 101 anymore? Oh, Nashinron is full 2v2. There's no 101 Nashinron. I didn't know that. Oh shit, well there's... Okay, there you go. No map bans, not in the league. League is just best of 3. Man, Katyusha wants to keep going, man. Doesn't give up, but any moment now his entire south is encircled. It's looking mad grim, bro. Marcel is beautiful micro.
Yeah, this is very dangerous. One tile away from losing 2/3 of his army here. Even more. But yeah, he's managing to retreat it out, but I don't think there's a way for him to come back here. He can only draw it out.
Yeah, and he doesn't even have his ultimate yet. Yeah, this looks pretty over here. And we might have a 1-0 for Marcelo.
Oh, there he goes. Oh, wow. That's 20 units. No, that's 22 units.
Yeah, that might be a GG kill here.
23 even, sorry. I can't count. Yeah, okay, that's the GG. That's the GG.
How do you rate Katyusha like this? There you go. And that is a quick. Tommy is gonna have a nice World of Warcraft stream tonight. This is going pretty fucking fast here, man. Marcel with the 1-0, man. Oi, 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 oi. Let's talk to them real quick. GG.
I don't know, on the Discord server or where do we?
Yeah, I'm talking to them. I don't want to like go to the other.
Oh, okay, never mind.
And that was game number 1. Marcel looking pretty damn fucking strong here, man. Holy shit, that was 40 minutes destruction. And we're now asking Katyusha what map for game number 2. Katyusha is now choosing map number 2, whereas Marcel can now choose his Axis or allies, which is probably very, very good for Marcel. And his USA look fucking good here, man. But it depends on the map.
He's going for the Sonnenblume map.
Oh, he goes for North Africa?
That's what I was talking about. On that map, you don't, you know, the front isn't that huge.
Yeah,
you need a bit more
break.
grips.
He chooses Africa. He chooses Africa. I'm hosting the game, 1 sec.
Remember to hide.
Yeah, I'm hiding everything.
Nice.
He chooses Africa. Ooh. Yeah, Nashinron is 2v2. Okay. Okay, I'm sending you the IT, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, game is up. And we're now playing the Africa map, which has a lot of Navy also involved with Malta and shit. That's very nice. Thank you, Musland. And I'm asking Marcel, Axis or Allies? And gentlemen, that's the league. You play best of 3. If you win, you get your wins in the table, in the document. And whoever the top 8 most wins go to the Heuvel International in December and fight for a lot of money. That's kind of how it goes. That's how it goes. I'm gonna get a glass of water. I think someone else here is gonna get a glass of beer.
Yeah, I'm gonna get myself a bottle of beer. I usually only drink out of bottles. I'm like a baby.
Dude, my chair is full of sweat. Holy crap, man. My chair is fully wet. Disgusting. If Marcel wins this next one quick, man, we have a very short streamer chat. And we might just fucking World of Warcraft, eh? Eh? Okay, Marcel's taking a piss. And we're gonna see if he chooses Axis or Allies. And there we go. We have very, very different maps here. Which is very, very cool. And yeah, my dear chat, that's the map. That's the mod we're playing for the League and the International. I totally forgot to announce on YouTube yet. I want to still announce on YouTube what we're doing here, so a lot of people join the league. I'm hoping to get 200 players into the league. That would be pretty fucking sick. But C-Mobs, that fucker doesn't want to play, even though he's good at the game. This mod is more fun, at least as a viewer, the different maps and nations. Yeah, that's why I chose this map, and I abandoned the one-on-one map. No hate to the devs, but this map is just better for entertainment. And I have all that bullshit gone of developing a mod. We just fucking play. We just fucking get going. Marcel has to say Axis or Allies. Marcel has to tell us Axis or Allies. 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 Let's wait for him.
So Marcel's playing Allies?
Did he say that? I don't see it in...
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that I heard you say it. That's fine. Never mind that.
Marcel is the octopus of Mike. We're waiting for Marcel to announce Axis or Allies. I love
He's probably still on the toilet, so...
He just joined the game. But we'll see in a sec. But he clicked Allies, yeah. I think
he probably wants to play Allies.
I think he knows USA is fucking sweet. But USA is very beatable. We saw it in January. You just have to find the right tactic to do it.
Yeah, as, also saw it in the... Yeah,
I remember this called Pixel beating Leonard with Italy, man. That was fucking crazy.
I got myself another beer. A beer match keeps the bad matches away, or whatever.
Yeah, that's a big thing in Germany. Wait, I think I fucked up.
Oh fuck! I also need to pay out the poll. So wait a second. Marcel won, no? Marcel won last one.
Yeah, Marcel won.
Okay. Sorry, guys.
This is not qualifiers for the league. That's bullshit. Don't listen to chat. This is a showcase match. This is just to show.
Okay, guys, you can bet now. I will close the bet either when the war starts or when the timer runs out. So, yeah, you can bet now if you want.
Fuck man, I want to play this mod myself. I want to play too. Oh, there's 5 victory points on this map. Holy shit.
I mean, you could do it. You could give yourself like an alias and like a different name, like I don't know, just the K or something else, and then you just play. And then you have a voice changer, and when they say, "Are you the real TommyKay?" you say, "No, I'm not."
That sounds like too much trouble, man. But now I like that. Looking at how these guys play, I kind of learned the meta. That's good. That's good.
That's also what I always tell new people when they get to Hoi 4. Just watch other people play. Watch like videos, watch tutorials, and then think to yourself, why are they doing certain things? And that's the best way to improve.
That's how you probably learn every game, yeah. So gentlemen, game number 2, if Marcel wins, we have a quick World of Warcraft stream today. And on the Axis... Wait, did he leave? No. I can't...
It's just an observer mod, it's a bit weird.
Oh, it's just...
But you can see it in the top bottom left. If you click on the chat or the lobby window, you can see who's still in.
Yeah, okay, we got it. That Katusha is playing the Axis again. Marcel, who had first pick, chose the Allies again. I think he's in love with the industrial build of the USA. He knows if he just holds and waits for his industry to go online, he can really fuck a player over. And it's then the duty of the Axis player to find a way to beat the good industry play of the Allies. I would personally probably... if I will play this mod, I will probably often try to get the USA out. Infantry with good industry. What is your favorite pick, CMOPs? If you imagine you're in this game right now, where would you feel very comfortable?
You mean what faction? Or...
Yes, what faction?
I mean, in the tournament, I always wanted to go into the Allies because I like the USA late game strategy in this one. But if I would have to play the Axis like Katyusha right now, I would go for Japan on the Axis side. Because you get a big navy there, and then you can just try and contest the islands, especially here. You know, there's 2 VPs on islands, like on Crete and Malta. You can do a combined naval invasion and maybe paradrop on Crete. And with your navy, that is almost unbeatable because of the nice carriers and stuff you get. That's the way you can do it. But the USA is very hard to beat here.
Yeah, and that's something I like about the meta of this mod, that everybody, including me and you, likes the control picks. Late game picks that have a lot of control and industry, which... If you have a community or a player pool that's really, really passive and defensive, a player that perfects aggression, a player that plays the X in a very aggressive way. I remember like Dankus doing cool stuff with paratroopers. People that perfect an aggressive axis could do big damage to something like the USA pick. And I would like to, like a mono red player in Magic, yeah. I would like to see something like that. We're ready for the ready of both players here, before they're ready. Let me ask them. Oh, look at Marcel, who already has 1 on transport plane. Is he doing the paratroopers? Ask if they're ready. What happened in India game? Marcel kind of stumped Katyusha in the India game. Very, very good micro, very good gameplay. Did that in red air. Didn't you join the league, CMOPs? Tommy? No, Marcel, CMOPs does not want to play. He wants to be caster.
Yeah, by the way, I'm in the league, in the table, you know, of the participants. I'm in there. I don't know why, but I'm under the players, not under referees. I checked it out earlier and showed it to the people in stream, and then I noticed that. For future reference.
Tell me that in Discord, please, in a message, so I will do that later, and don't forget.
Yeah, I can type it in.
Okay, someone fucked up there. Oh, already stuff happening. We're ready.
If you want, you can also give me access to the list, and I can help you add people to it and stuff if you want.
Yeah, we will. Just text me. I will get that all done.
Okay.
Dankus is in the tournament. He's player number 1. He's the first to join the tournament. Yeah. Leonard is in. A lot of fucking people are in. I wonder if Dankus will make it to the top, but he probably should. We will see. We'll see. That's what I like about the league. You have to survive dozens of games in the league if you want to make it to the international, man. So don't forget, guys, every single donation in the next 5 months goes to the Hoi4 International, man.
Also, guys, if you want to participate in the tournament, join the TommyKay Discord server and go towards the section where you can, what do you call it?
Application for the league.
Apply for the league.
You apply, and then chat, we add you to this list. This is the official players. CMOPs is apparently not a player. And then this is all the players. I haven't even announced on YouTube yet. We're going to try to get more players. I'm hoping 200. That would be fucking insane. Can we watch league games? The league goes online 1st of August. 1st of August, everyone, they all play games. And everyone can cast that. Everyone, if you have 1 viewer on Twitch, I don't care. You all have the rights to cast these games. It's totally fine. Official referee, CMOPs is going to get at it. And you can all join this shit.
Yeah, also, guys, the mod is very easy to get into, you know? You also have a lot of time. You still have 1 month to get into there, you know? Or the best way to improve is just play a lot of games, watch people play, for example, here, watch videos on YouTube about the mod, and just play the mod yourself. You can get into it, and it's really not that hard, you know? I've seen people who are very bad at the game, play the mod for a while, and then, you know, I have to say they improved a lot. And this mod, it's you know, easy to get good. You should try it, you know? It's worth a try, you know? It's 10,000 euros, right? That you can win, or dollars? I can't remember anymore, but still a ton of money.
And what I like is that when I stopped the development of my own 1-on-1 mod, that we now have a united mod for the whole community. If you play this mod, you can play Speed5 tournaments, you can play TommyKay tournaments, you can play everything you want, man. And this is now the mod, man. This is the future of Hoi4. This is where we go now, man. And that's exciting. And CMOPs is right. It's easy to learn this mod, but hard to master, I think. It's easy to get good at this mod. But learning the fine tweaks, learning what is special at every map, learning what nations have an advantage is gonna be...
Yeah, I would say it's easy to learn, but hard to master.
Yeah, it's perfectly explained. And yeah, the mod is just too good for me that I could say no to it. This mod is just great. Imperial already takes Japan, man. Bro.
Really?
He doesn't even take industry yet.
That could be, you know, it could be that he wants to train his, you know, get his navy early on.
Yeah.
Because you get your fleet, that means you can train your fleet, get navy XP, design ships, start building ships and stuff like that. But on this map, you know, as I said earlier, industry, especially in the late game, it will go in the late game, will be very interesting. And, you know, with Marcel here going industry first and most likely going USA, it will be very...
Once again, chat, if you pick your nation, you spawn on your navy, and he does that to train his navy. That's why he goes for it early. The spies are coming in early again, and Marcel is already gonna be ahead 4 civs and 3 industry researchers. Same build again. It's super meta to do heavy MG and survivability studies. You gotta get your good air. And I feel like this map is much more micro heavy, even though it looks smaller than the India one, because you have all the island hopping and navy stuff. Yes, the front line is narrower, but you have so much more depth from the Mediterranean here. You can bet who's winning. A lot of bets are going towards Marcel here. Marcel has shown unbelievable skill here in the last game, man. That was really, really fucking good. And our Japan player, Katyusha, has to show what he can do. He now is going for the industry, and he just spawned in the Japanese Navy, which he should be training, and that is the case. That's why he already spawned in the Navy. He spawns his first Imperial Navy that he now trains up. It looks like he is very much looking forward to having the advantage in the Navy here. And I'm guessing that if Marcel once again chooses America, he's a bit weaker. The thing about Japan is you have a very good Navy, especially if you take the Navy tree afterwards. Whereas America isn't the strongest Navy build here. You have 0 Navy bonuses. You have the US Marine Corps on the right side. You get Marines, bombers, amphibious tank. Holy shit.
Yeah, I think on America you still want to go for the left side because units are going to get way stronger. But all the ships you get is, I think, a small screen fleet with 1 or 2 battleships.
Also, I see right now,
yeah.
If you take the Lords of Midway of the USMC pick, you spawn 2 aircraft carriers with Douglas MacArthur.
Yeah, with those he could be able to contest the Japanese on the Navy. But I have to say the right side is just not, you know, it's a lot weaker than the left one in terms of stats and stuff. It will be very interesting to see. The Marines, you know, that he gets on the right side could also be used very easily to get the islands. But, you know, it's very hard to get onto the islands when Japan has a way bigger Navy early on, unless he's para-dropping.
And both players have 1, or in Katyusha's case 2, military factories on transport planes. Even though they're looking for naval invasions, there's gonna be some shenanigans with the paratroopers going on. Also, apparently, I'm also learning the mod here, guys. Crete has only 1 point on the left. Crete is only 1 port. Interesting.
Yeah, they made it so it's like the other islands too. It's easier to take that way. Otherwise, people can cycle, you know, from the tile that's not in combat, stuff like that. Do you by any chance have the link to the mod right now? I forgot to update the mod command. If not, I will just search for it really quick in the workshop.
I don't have it, no.
Okay, I will look for it in the workshop really quick.
We're all playing this tournament. Hundreds of people.
Yeah, already 120 people sign up or something, right?
108 people right now, and I haven't
and
even announced it
yet. If you announce it on YouTube, man, it's gonna be way more.
I think so, man. I totally forgot to do that, though.
Okay, guys, by the way, the mod command is updated now.
In the middle of the month, so YouTube has only like 12 days to join the tournament.
Yeah, guys, the mod is in the chat now. If you do the exclamation mark mod command, you can find the link to it in the workshop.
And Marcel, a little bit ahead here with industry, already has more mills, but the Navy of Katyusha is being trained? Not anymore. Now he trains them in the north, okay? And his Navy is already reaching the next level here. Will you play? Why would I... Random username. Why are you so fucking retarded, you dumb fucker? Why would I play in that tournament? What? As a... Dude. I want to play the mod, though. I want to play some games. 100%. I want to kind of prove myself I'm not that old yet. Both people are going for air naval XP. Is Katyusha doing the same? No, he doesn't go for any XP. Ooh. That could be a big mistake here by Katyusha. Where's this PP going, actually? He went for war economy? Okay. No Navy or air XP guy yet. Already, and that's the longer you don't have that, the longer your opponent, Marcel, gets 40 naval and air XP the whole time already. XP wise, Marcel already stepping away. To show you the best player, random username. You're the best retard, man. You won that trophy. Good job. Take a video with Marconi and use that. But he can't upload that from France, you know. He doesn't play because he's washed. I'm so sorry that I'm the one putting all of this together for your entertainment. I'm so sorry I'm not playing Konator. What is that? Greek for fucking I have only 1 brain cell? Destroyed. You're done.
Damn!
Don't say always damn for shitty jokes.
Sorry, man. Sorry. It's like it's a natural reaction, you know? It's like a habit.
Seamops always stands at the biggest crossroads in his village, and every time there's a car crash, he just goes with his beard, damn, and takes a zip.
Damn. You know what I did on Vatertag? I mean on Father's Day. Me and my friends, we sat down on a local road, and we had like a sign that said, "You honk, we drink." Yeah, it was very funny. And then we made and then we did a bicycle tour, and then we went to a rave in the evening. That was really funny.
Katusha is listening to me. He now went for the RXP. Finally, he got the Albert Kesselring RXP guy now. Maybe the reason Seamops doesn't play in the tournament is really that after winning the tournament in January,
it's my crippling alcohol consumption.
Yeah,
it's my crippling alcohol
went
consumption.
Too high, man. Got too famous too quick.
No, like I win something, and I'm like, okay, good. It can't get better now. I will just stop it. You know, I don't know if there's like any famous sports person to do that.
You're going down as a winner. You can't lose anymore.
I think I'm the first person who won a Hoi4 LAN tournament. You know, I don't know. I know I can take that from me.
I think you are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Damn. And you retired with that. It's pretty good.
Yeah, 100% win rate in AAA in S tier tournaments. I mean.
So both players, basic build up here. I really wonder what Marcel's gonna take. I'm thinking America again. And both are just building up the military factories here, building up their economy. And we're almost halfway to the war. This time 5 victory points. Quite interesting. Germans are masters in creating reasons to drink beer. That is very true. The problem is every time, I'm not even kidding. Every time I'm around Seamops, I genuinely want to drink a beer myself. It's only when he's around, man.
You know, it's so tasty, you know? Like, you don't even need to drink much of it. Like, 1 beer or 2, if you didn't eat anything, it's already funny.
The problem, as they get older, man, the problem with beer is the calories, right?
Yeah, true. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. I can eat as much and drink as much as I want. I don't know, it doesn't change anything.
I remember when I was like that. Every day I will just eat a frozen cake from the freezer. Now I eat 1 Snickers bar, I get 5 kilograms.
Yeah. It's like a yo-yo, you know? You eat something small and it comes back like 3 times as big. It's very hard to get rid of it, too, then when you're old.
Why did Marcel save PP? What is he doing? Marcel? He loves taking industry company. He loves taking the 10% factory output. He loves that.
Yeah. I mean, I told Katusha about that too earlier. I'm wondering if he will notice that too. Also, what we see, what's interesting, Katusha went for his fleet earlier, so he can train it, so he gets a Navy XP. But what Marcel did, he just picked a Navy advisor. So we're going to see navies, people that are doing navies on both sides.
He had that for a long time. I saw that. He actually made a lot of XP already from that, yeah.
He's just building submarine 3s though. Yeah, okay, maybe we won't see that much Navy, but
where are the victory points? Let me check that. You need Malta? I wonder if a naval player can get away with defending. So Malta? And that Gabes?
Yeah, you need 3 VPs, basically.
Yeah.
By having a bigger Navy, you could deny the allied player from getting to Crete and Malta.
Katusha has Gabes, Malta, and his third one would be... What the fuck is Shania, Alter?
Shania, I think there's Sirte, Benghazi, Gabes, Malta, and Creta. Chania is Creta, basically. It's just, it's just a state name. That's the problem. It's not the name of the VP, it's the state name. Yeah, that was the same in India earlier. I checked that, and then I was like,
Where's Sirte? Where's that? Where's Sirte?
Sirte, that's in Africa. That's the south one. South. Wadan.
So even if the naval player takes Malta and Gabes, he still needs to take Wadan.
I like how they put like a small oasis there in Wadan. It's like a city with some green and a small oasis.
Oh yeah, true. Is that in Manila, man?
It's not in Manila, but yeah. There's probably one in real life
added
too.
an oasis? Holy shit. I've never seen an oasis in 6K hours. What the fuck? I've never seen that.
Yeah, I've seen that with another mod where they added it after I complained about there being a VP, but it didn't look like it looks in real life because there wasn't like an oasis. And then the mod added it.
So here we go. I'm very excited. What nation Marcel's gonna pick? He also just picked Air XP guy, Army XP guy. Sorry. So Marcel is showing us that he thinks XP is very, very meta here, which I would fully agree with. -5 consumer goods for Katusha. It seems Marcel just knows the map a bit better. It seems like industrial concern with 10% factory output is just a bit stronger than -5 consumer goods. Marcel is really showing in little tweaks that he just knows a bit more what's going on here. Like already he seems ahead. The way he plays US Army, there we go. He really believes in his US Army here. Okie dokie. And we're getting close to the war. Half the time is over. And starts playing Hogwarts Legacy. Katusha has to really come up with something big here, man. He's going into paratroopers again. Cares about good artillery. He's really training his navy. His navy is almost fully trained. We have a nice Japanese navy here. What is the bonus again? 10% more damage and 6 more defense.
Yeah, by the way, both players are building U-boats. So Katusha is also building U-boat 3s, so no main fleet from him. Which means both sides are going to get common rate, but won't be able to do too much against it.
Why can't I switch to Egypt? There we go. Yeah, both are on submarines. I like this. This is such a weird play by Marcel, where he doesn't delete his old guns to keep efficiency on it. That's so interesting. I wonder if mathematically that makes sense. It probably does. It's really good.
Yeah, especially early on.
And now we have 15 on fighters from Marcel, who once again is running away with the industry here, with the game. And we have 0 air coming out of Katusha here. The air war might be going massively towards Marcel here.
Really?
Yeah, 0 on air.
And he's going for paratroopers. That doesn't add up to me, man. He won't be able to launch his paratroopers because he doesn't have fighters to contest the air.
Katusha with already
Does he get spawn-ins on the Japanese side? Let me see really quick.
You don't know what he's doing yet, left or right.
He gets naval bombers, but he doesn't get fighter spawn-ins. And even if he decides to go for air now, it will already be too late because, you know, like...
That's scary, that's
scary. There's already 17 on it.
I've been wondering, if you play the Axis, what's the most economical Axis choice you can make, I wonder? I don't really see. Do you see anything in the Axis 3 that's economical?
Yeah, the left side Italy, you get 5% consumer goods. I mean, and on Germany, the right side, you get 10% factory output, but it's nothing compared to the USA.
Yeah, left side Italy is how this called Pixel has beaten Leonard, which no one predicted, and you get this crazy air bonus later. Italy has the best air.
I think you also get a sizable fleet there, right? You get some, you get 3 decent battleships there. And 200 fighters, which will help you early on.
Yeah, left side Italy, interesting as fuck. And again, that's we had Leonard versus Pixel on this map, and Pixel took Italy, first time ever in the tournament, and beat Leonard with Italy, man. Thank you so much, Upload, for the 5, man. Thank you. Don't forget, guys, at 4K subs, Game of Thrones roleplay game, man. Better content cannot be seen on Twitch, motherfuckers. Yeah, he loves this USA. He does exactly the same build again. He's going once again for superior firepower infantry here. Interesting, interesting. And we're getting pretty close to the war now. He loves also his rockets. The cool thing about this mod is, chat, I played this mod myself. You don't really realize that as you're watching the game right now, but it is so overwhelming micro-wise. When the war starts, you're so, oh, what the fuck, what should I pick?
Especially with the short focus time. You have to pick a new focus every 35 days. The research is also shorter than vanilla. And that's just so much to do. Especially when you're focused in, trying to not get your army encircled or fix a supply or something, then also the other stuff coming on the side. It's a lot.
I also see something beautiful. I'm a huge fan of people that are high level. I'm a big fan of that shit. And what Marcel did, hopefully not with stream sniping, but he looked at his opponent with his spies, and there's this thing, Intel Ledger. How do I do that? Right click? And he sees my enemy has 16 on planes. Then he realizes, which was probably less before, oh, I'm outproducing my enemy in airplanes, so why not switch over to CAS now? Right? That's fucking high IQ, man. To see what your enemy is doing, oh, I beat him in air, why not do more CAS? And that's why Marcel is already massively ahead in the air war. The efficiency on Katusha's air is much, much less than Marcel's. He almost has double the efficiency. 100 days to war. And there is the US Navy. We have a BB-1 battleship, early one. I'm a bit confused right now. He chooses Japanese Navy, but his Navy is weaker than the US Navy. That seems so harsh.
Interesting.
That seems really harsh.
I mean, he gets a lot of, like, the biggest part of his fleet he gets when he does the carriers through straits. He gets a fleet and 3 aircraft carriers there. And that will make his fleet way bigger than the US one.
Okay.
Problem is just going to be he doesn't have much against the submarines, you know. If he wants to go for naval invasions, he will lose a lot of equipment trying to land on the islands while getting commemorated. But he might be able to deny the USA the possibility to naval invade with the size of his fleet here. And then he just needs to sit on the islands and try to hold out as long as possible. And then he already has Gabes, Malta, and Crete. 3 VPs. If he gets there, though, that's the thing. He doesn't have anything planned for Crete yet, so... Yeah.
Still trying to figure out how Japan gets better. 1 sec. There it is. It's a whole fleet. Okay, now I get it.
Yeah,
This
3
is how it's
carriers
balanced.
and the whole fleet. And I
For
think
a
you also
sec-
get planes with the carriers.
For a sec, I was like, bro, this isn't balanced, but this it is. Only Japan has access to this one. You get the fleet with 3 carriers. So yeah, US Navy, have fun, man. The Navy seems to be going towards Katyusha, but not much else, unfortunately, going his way here. The air were looking bad. Marcel has shown he's an unbelievably good player, also doing his own paratroopers, and he's getting a lot of line here. 14 with Swift, now support artillery. He still needs a lot of guns. The war is about to happen pretty soon, 70 days. And here comes a big bad carrier fleet for our boy Katyusha, choosing the Japanese, man. He can also unlock the Yamato. Wait, he can unlock the Yamato.
I think it's on the other side. He would have to go. Oh, never mind. Yeah, he went. Yeah, never mind. He went for the Japanese Navy tree, so he can unlock it. Right side of there.
Yeah,
the Great Harmony. It's called.
Damn. Seems almost overkill that if you get the carrier fleet and then a Yamato, you're not.
Yeah, he also gets naval bombers 100. You know.
Yeah.
And the fighter cost modifier. I would have went for the fighter cost modifier a bit earlier, because you know that makes his fighters 10% cheaper, which will happen in the long run.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. I guess that's why I said Japan earlier. It's really strong in this map. I mean, of the Axis nations, it's one of the strongest.
I'm like anti-CMOBs. The more I watch this, the more I will play this myself.
Anti-Zemops? What do you mean anti-Zemops?
Well, because you don't want to play, you want to cast. And
I
want to play.
No, casting is so much easier. You don't have to think about anything. You can just sit here and then criticize other people without having to do anything yourself.
And if you lose, man, no chat.
Yeah, you can't lose. No, you can't lose.
That's a crazy fleet. Look at that fleet he just spawned. Holy crap. That is a fleet, man.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
3 carriers, they have full airplanes on them, it seems. Yeah, they have full airplanes on them.
The only thing he's missing is big ships, capital ships, because you know right now he has nothing that screens his carriers from being attacked by battleships or something like that, you know, by heavy attack. But he will get the Yamato later, so that should be fine.
Let's go, Marcel.
Damn. Okay, let's take over a look at Marcel again. Hell on wheels, he's doing the same build again. He knows what to do. Apparently it's meta as fuck to adopt the Sherman and then take your tank because you get a better tank. And he is doing his tank again. So Marcel seems to be much more land-based, whereas Katyusha seems more naval-based. The problem with Navy is you only get Malta. But I see something interesting. If you hold the Gapes line, you take Malta, and you somehow, with your crazy navy, take Crete. You have 3 victory points, and you're winning the game if you can hold for long enough. I remember in January, this map, the Africa map, was often going till the end. Because people were just doing a lot of holding tags. There was never like a big GG where someone finishes the other one off. Minus 10 fighter production now for Japan. And the medium tank coming for Marcel. Oh, yeah. He has hold divisions and line divisions with artillery. Yeah. I'm nervous, man. The cool thing about this mod is it builds this crazy hype where you're really excited for the war to start. And the war, when you play the mod, you feel it yourself. The war comes by much faster than you think. I obviously hope for a Katyusha win. I hope for Katyusha win. I want to see game number 3. I would love that. I'm a huge fan here of this shit. And we are very close here. Only 24 days left until Christmas, until we go in. Navy-wise, the Japanese are crushing this. And if we look at the air, we see Marcel crushing it. How many fighters does our boy Katyusha have at the moment? This air is on 311, whereas the allied player, 311 is to beat, shows us only 200. I'm confused. Wasn't Marcel much?
You need to know that the Katyusha only has 100 fighters. Of his air, 100 are transport planes, and 120 of those are naval bombers and carrier fighters.
From the carriers, yeah. Okay, so it's a bit false information here. He has more air, but the real air, the allied nations, is ahead.
Yeah. Also, he just doesn't have any cares at the moment. I mean, I think he gets spawned cares for the carriers, but those have like almost no range. But he could have carrier cares on his carriers right now that he could use to naval invade somewhere. We will see in 8 days. By the way, remember to pull on the speed later.
Building the railway, clever.
Yeah, railway connection here is pretty important because if you don't build a railway to your ports, you have to get your supply via the navy. Via the ocean. And if you get corrorated there, you will end up with no supply, and then you will die.
Only mills here from Katyusha. Really wants to get that air out. You can see on this map you have more lumen on the Rush map, which I love. Every map is so different. A good player has to really learn maps. There's very different aluminum in all the maps.
On some maps you also start with extra military factories. For example, the one across the Rhine one, you start with extra military. There's already the first converting going there. And the carriers went into the battle without any screens, so nobody's gonna protect the...
And there is no fighting. The convoys are now alone against the submarines. And one convoy also goes down. The Japanese Navy is afraid. It's retreating. That is
It's also
not
7 units that he's using to naval media. It's a huge loss. But he's dropping to Malta. That's good. He got Malta. He's got Garbus. I don't think he's gonna get to Crete though. And that's very, very horrible, the amount of losses he's taking against the U-boats. It's very unfortunate.
Really, really good here already. Nice interception. Damage done. He gets the Yokosuka SN. What is that? I want to learn this stuff.
That's an naval bomber.
Marine. No, he spawned an elite marine division.
Oh, sorry, I thought you meant.
Oh, they have a 75% modifier. Holy crap! Oh,
it's a veteran one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have artillery, but they're very good.
Veterans in Manila are very strong. But yeah, that's what I meant here. If you look at the combat rating man, he's going to lose so much IC to just the shitty U-boats because he doesn't have anything against it. He doesn't have naval bombers. He doesn't have.
Penn is trying to corner rate too, but the corner rating is going perfectly for Marcel. He's doing a lot of damage to these divisions. Maybe 7 division naval invasion is a bit overkill. He is not going to make it to Crete here. The submarines are stopping this, and the front lines are being drawn.
He should have really made it at all, man. You know, he got all the VPs he wanted to take anyway with the paratroopers, but no, he just lost 7 units because of the combat rating. I mean, he didn't lose 7, but like it's 5 that are completely killed now.
Yeah, as you can see here, the brown line chat, that is his equipment, and he lost so much equipment here. The convoys are going down. Even though Marcel hasn't gone Navy build, he is winning the Navy fight. He's winning the Navy fight. The Japanese Navy is too clunched together. What is going on wrong here for him? Is he even on...
Huh?
What is he on?
Who?
Katyusha. He's on convoy rating. He's not even on convoy escort. He's not even on convoy escort. No, bro.
Yeah, he also has his carrier split off of his main of his screens and stuff. That's a bit weird.
Oh shit!
If he engages a normal like a US fleet with those, he will lose them.
Also, he doesn't have a lot of army in Tripoli yet. Marcel could just take Tripoli right now with not a lot of effort. I don't think Marcel even knows that Tripoli is literally free for the taking right now.
I mean, he doesn't have to take it though. He can just chill. Technically, no, he has like 3 VPs right now. Katyusha's the one he has to push. Yeah. Also, Marcel already has the medium tank here, and no, sorry, that's Vadan, not Al-Vadan.
And he tried so hard to invade Crete, and even though we have gone through, the defense of Crete is very strong, and the Crete invasion tactic is utterly failing. This is a disaster for Katyusha, who invested so much into his Japanese Navy, and the invasion just failed massively. Big losses, and now Marcel once again are far ahead, especially with the fact that he chose the USA, which gets a massive industry buff later. 100 cast is coming in. I like how the USA can even spawn in 50 convoys if he wants to.
Oh, really? Oh, that's interesting.
On the side, yeah. Here comes the 2nd Marine, but these Marines don't have any jobs. They're not doing really much. And Marcel knows. He's at, he's 3 victory points. Marcel ahead here with taking Wadan. That's a victory point. And Marcel just has to hold now, and $100 go into his bank account.
Yeah, also, what we see here right now is the spy location from Marcel. He moved the spies further to the front, so he will deny the Axis player his planning bonus, which is very important, especially when you play against someone who's doing grand battle plan doctrine. You know, by putting a spy behind his front line, you can reduce his planning bonus by a lot, and that's usually the only thing you get on grand battle plan. It helps you push.
Also, very big meta move. A lot of Nubia players will not understand how to micro their spies. They're microing spies. Something I actually learned from these guys in January, also in competitive big games, that your spies are super important, taking entrenchment away from the enemy and planning bonus. And
yeah, Manila and certain mods, it's really important.
More convoys going down for Katyusha here. He also killed his first American convoy, but...
Yeah, Katyusha is also suffering because of the combo rating here. If he knows, he should build a railway from Tunisia all the way to the Tripoli port and just block off the Z-zones, because his navy won't stop the U-boats from killing convoys here.
As you can see, chat, to explain, this supply comes from Navy, and he needs to connect the railway, otherwise he's fucked there. Can I see that before?
Yeah. You can click the supply map mode. Usually, I just blocked it off as I said it, never mind. Yeah, he also doesn't have the supply map in the south connected. He needs to build railways, otherwise blocking off his zones won't help. But yeah, now he's building the railways.
Yeah.
And then when again, we can get supply here.
Yeah, Marcel also building his railways here. Marcel is getting ready for a push, and Marcel looks mad strong right now.
Yeah, I don't think Katyusha can do much to hold him off here right now. He has no supplies, but I know also same is for Marcel though. He won't have supply if he goes like all the way to Tripoli. So push right now won't help either side.
Yeah, but Marcel feeling ahead here. The big investment into Navy here from Katyusha doesn't seem to pay off. Creed is in strong hands of Marcel, and Marcel has a lot of time now to prepare. I think Bait Menace, he's building up. He even builds a level 10 port insert, a level 10 fort inserter. Where exactly is he building that? Let me see that.
That's Vadan, that's the VP where he's building it.
Why is he building it right there? Why?
He also has 3 really decent divisions defending Creed, you know, with like engineers and support artillery, 20 whips there to defend it properly. So there's no way, I think, for Katyusha to take that back.
Doesn't want to take any risks, and Marcel looking once again really strong. Once again, the longer the game goes, the better the USA gets. He even goes for Sifs now, doesn't show any respect, doesn't even go for Hostile Democracy. What are these final ones here? I don't know what that is. What is this? The decision to grant engineer to 1 general become available. You can give adaptable commander or engineer to one of your guys, and you unlock a research slot, and every general gets 1 defense or... Oh, I like that. You get a research slot. Oh, that makes me... research slot. I like that. It's probably almost better to take the research slot than the ultimate of the USA. Yeah. Katyusha now the one that has to get a move going. Needs to look for something. We don't see any paratrooping. We don't see any elevations planned. His army also looking very chaotic and attrition here. If you take a look, it doesn't look very good.
He still doesn't have the supply up there connected in the south. Probably, he's building a railway now, but it's going to take him a while. He only has 8 Sifs,
And spawning in the Yamato battleship, I don't know how that's going to help him. We're going to see about that.
He needs to do something against U-boats. The rest of the navy is not a problem. He needs to get either the naval bombers or maybe design some some destroyers with anti-submarine stuff.
And the thing is, how will the Yamato beat submarines here?
Not at all.
It's looking pretty grim here. The Japan pick doesn't seem to really pay off, whereas Marcel is running away with industry, even his research industry. And one thing I like about Marcel is, what I really saw is this one. Industrial company. He took that early. He doesn't just get 10% factory output, he gets 50% industrial research. So all these industry researches, which is 2 right now, are 50% faster. If you take a look at it, Katyusha has it also now, but Marcel had that much earlier. Marcel really shows his behavior of industry, which I like to see a lot.
Marcel also clicked in the front line now with his tank, 800 soft attack again. Probably the same thing he did on this other map. So, it's going to be hard for Katyusha to push this.
Could even
Is Katyusha going for anti-tank, by the way? I don't see any anti-tank. No anti-tank from him.
Yeah. I also didn't see much reactions from Katyusha. He's building his air. He's
outproducing the USA in the air, but he's not trading. So, you know, actually won't make it a bit of a difference.
He doesn't use his
Looks like he's going to finish up the railway soon, though.
Supply finally arriving here for the Japanese army in North Africa, and Katyusha will have to make a push. Vadan is right next to it, but a level 10 fort being built. He needs to take Vadan or Crete if he wants to win this game. Time is ticking against him. He still has a lot of time, though. 1 year is still going to be played.
Yeah, war support is ticking down for both sides because of the combo rating, and they're dangerously close to the 50% mark. Below that, I think you have you could get some strikes and stuff, or like mutinies, and that's very bad, especially on a map like this, where you need like every single factory you can get to build extra planes. Same with the manpower is not that high.
I want to learn from these guys for myself, and it seems so important to take propaganda efforts. You need to keep that war support up.
Getting more war support not only gives you like
stability,
but attack and stuff. It also gives you more stability, which results in extra factory output, less consumer goods, more PP game, which is pretty important.
Seems mad meta to click propaganda decisions, man.
No.
Okay, Katyusha, man. Let's see what he's got. He's spawning in 100 naval bombers.
Yeah, maybe those can kill the U-boats. Meanwhile, though, the USA player is going for the Sifs. So he will have a way bigger economy while Japan tries to somehow kill the U-boats.
At the moment, still the same factories, but in a sec here, the USA running away with Sifs. Much better economy for the US, who is about to finish.
Katyusha on 14 Sifs and 34 mils, and the USA is at 29 mils and 18 Sifs.
And he's building a wall now. He's building a wall. Yeah. And that's the thing, I talked about this some minutes ago. In a newbie way, you could think the US or the Allies are OP in this mod. But it's because I think the mistake a lot of Axis players do, and we saw in the January tournament, people actually fixed that, like Discord Pixel of Italy. You have to be active in the beginning. You can't wait for late game. The Allies will run away from you, man. And this is a perfect example of where Katyusha is now looking for a solution later on, but he's now falling apart in industry. And it's not going to be good enough so far. And he's falling behind in factories now.
Yeah. Only level 1 for the Vadan though. Problem for Katyusha is though that he can't pierce the tank that's standing there.
Yeah.
So it will be a bit problematic for him.
Strong.
He could try and go around it though, but let's check really quick what Marcel is waiting there. Not too much, that could work out. But you know, he still has a commanding position right in the middle that he could use to attack the flanks, and then, yeah.
Katyusha also has green air with 40 casts.
Oh, that's interesting.
It
looks like, yeah, Marcel is not using it, he's just trading it. Marcel has almost 200 casts though.
Also, we see the Yamato being used. The Yamato giving the shore bombardment bonus here. 7% debuff on Marcel. That's actually very good of the Yamato. And that's cool about this map. That's what I love about this map and Hoi 4 in general.
It's a lot of stuff that you need to think about.
You could think, oh, who cares about Navy? I don't give a fuck. Navy gives you the shore bombardment bonus. 25%. The shore bombardment is so big on this map, especially taking important ports like Tripoli and Benghazi, man. Very, very big.
And if you combine it with a railway cannon, which is also pretty nice since the front is only like 3 tiles, you end up with like 40% less stats for your enemy.
And that
makes it way easier to push.
Anti-tank coming from Katyusha now. Marcel just building his industry, improving his infantry. He knows he's ahead. He knows he can chill. He's trying to win the air war slowly. Marcel taking no risks here. Just building up a nice industry. I love that build. Tokyo Express coming now for the Japanese player. But Katyusha needs to make something happen with Vadan. If he can manage to take Vadan, he's actually ahead with 3 victory points.
Yeah. But it's going to be very hard if he manages to take it.
I'm confused that Marcel doesn't protect the south supply hub. You see that? There's a free supply hub. Maybe he knows he can just counter and circle.
I mean, I think he just thought he's walking there now, but that's true. Oh, yeah, Katyusha's walking into now, but it looks like Marcel's going to be there way, way quicker.
Sometimes like they're listening. But both have good supply now. Let's take a look at the German supply again. Yeah, not bad supply, not bad.
Yeah. The thing is also now all the sips that Marcel is getting won't help him too much since he's using it to build forts. So actually he's not scaling in the economy that much more, since he's just building forts of it. And Katyusha in the meantime is getting the Tokyo Express.
The problem is really, as you said, that medium tank. There's no counter to that medium tank. Whatever you get going here as Katyusha, that medium tank is just too much. And I don't know if I lean myself too far out of the window here, but I feel like this game looks bad for Katyusha since he did a wrong pick maybe. The Japan pick doesn't look to do much. The Navy has no value, and there would have been better picks like in Italy or Germany that could have provided a much better army here. And he now even gets easily clicked away. The medium tank
he also doesn't have anti-tank. He gets it in 50 days, but even then, you know, he won't have any anti-tank that he produced in the field. And right now, and
look at the medium. Oh god, this could be a disaster.
He's 2 tiles away from losing half his army.
And the pick of Katyusha might be the end here. The medium tank once again carried the Cristiano Ronaldo of these games in the showcase match, and the showcase match might be over quickly. World of Warcraft stream incoming, and the tank is just bullying Katyusha. If he manages to get one more tile here, there is some movement coming behind, but this could be devastating at the end of Katyusha.
This is over, man.
Very close to losing.
This is it.
Oh my god, that is a
bro.
GG instrument. Marcel just relentlessly and mercilessly destroying Katyusha here in this, probably 2-0ing him in 1 hour and 30 minutes. That was fast as fuck, man. Holy shit. No game number 3. Stream over. What the fuck? Marcel killing my career here. Holy shit. Unbelievably well played. I think what really this comes down to is what I've seen in these 2 games is Marcel fully understands this mod. I would even think Marcel prepares a lot for the league here. He knows exactly what he's doing. There were certain moves that were just perfect. You see he is training in the USA, and Marcel looked so good here, man. Scary. If I was a top tier player in the league, I'd be afraid of Marcel. That was a beautiful, beautiful play.
But this is over, man. I don't see Katyusha coming back from this.
Easiest $100 of his life. And he's Hungarian. In his country, that's like 2 million.
Yeah, that's true. He will be like the richest kid in the neighborhood.
Marcel actually made good earnings in his Hoi 4 career.
He won the other game against Nave. He won like he got money in the first.
He was in a great game.
He was one mod. Yeah, the
Marcel made a 4-digit number in Hoi 4 games, man. Not bad, man. Not bad. Yeah, that was just a destruction. I don't know what to say. Katyusha got fucking slapped, man. That was a little slap. Katyusha will come back. It's all planned. It really just shows that Katyusha seems like he's still in the finding phase, still figuring out stuff, and both his picks, especially Japan pick, just didn't seem strong enough. that
like
you can't
he's
pick, which is
literally gonna
November.
have 0 divisions. Yeah, like he has one more that's in
Yeah.
circle and the rest
Yeah,
are like
that's
10%
pretty much
strength
GG.
on the front line.
And I always like to fantasize that there's someone in chat who's like, oh, USA is OP. I don't think that at all. I don't think that at all. There was a lot of opportunities for the Access player in both maps to do something.
Yeah, we have seen a lot of people, you know, like beat the USA in the league before, you know, with different strategies on different maps. So I would say the same.
Oh man, that was hard to watch, man. Fuck. Ouch. Tripoli invasion now. That's like a last stand, but the submarines will just stop any single invasion. Katyusha really on his last legs here, man. There isn't much left he can do. He fully lost his front line.
No, there's the GG, man.
And the GG is called 1 second look away and boom. He looked away a second, he says. And that is the GG. Marcel takes the first official show match here. Marcel takes $100